Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a big treat. It's a big bottle anyway. It's either going to be a big treat or a big mess. And I don't expect it to be a big mess. This is Nebraska Inception Series Runnin with the Devil from Nebraska Brewing, of course. And this is a big beer coming in at 11.9%, almost a 12% beer. And what this is, commercial description says, a variant of our fathead barley wine. We've taken a massive beer which already has deep brown sugar notes and chose to age it further in Venezuelan rum barrels. That sounds good. For a beautiful finish and a deep maturation. You'll find it best to share with a friend and be seated. Well, I am sitting down. I'm always sitting down when I drink these beers. I just got out of the fridge. This bottle is sweating profusely. Humidity is pretty high. Been raining for about a week now, guys. I'm doing this review on, what is today? September the 24th? Somewhere in that area, anyway. Of course, you probably won't see this. I'm about a week or so ahead, guys, so you won't see it till October. And this is probably going to be a fairly tasty beer. Most of these barley wines and stouts and porters that are aged in these whiskey barrels, rum barrels, bourbon barrels are usually pretty tasty beers. So, and I'm not seeing a date. It's got a sticker on the back that says 5030, but I don't think that's actually from the brewery. I'm not sure. And it's sweating so much it's running down my fingers when I touch the bottle. So we're going to get on with this one. Food pairings for this style of beer for the American barley wine. The cheeses are sharp blue cheddar. Your more pungent cheeses, your stronger cheeses, the Gorgonzola Limburger. And it says here, dessert digestive. So that means you can have it before dinner or with a stronger dish with dinner or after dinner as a dessert or a digestive. So glass bars, pint, becker, nothing, tumbler, snifter. I got my favorite glass. This is the Sauvin beer glass, guys, and this is a super thick, heavy duty glass. This is not like a thin dogfish head glass or some of those other glasses that are just, I mean, they're paper thin, guys. They're just not heavy duty enough for daily use. And I have those glasses, guys, and I've got them in a cabinet in the kitchen where I keep some of those specialty glasses, but I don't use those glasses. It's not something that I would trust using every day because they are so thin-walled and so fragile. If you tap it against anything whatsoever, it's going to break. It's going to break. So that's why I love this glass. This is a super thick, heavy-duty glass. Great shape to it. Works awesome. Not a cheap glass. This is probably a $30 glass or more. But it's going to last you forever, guys, if you take care of it. I don't put any of my glasses in the dishwasher. All the glasses are hand washed by either me or my wife at the end of the evening or the following morning and put back in the cabinet for me to reuse again. So I don't put any of my beer glasses in the dishwasher. None of them. None of them. So that's just me. That's just my OCD. And before I get into the beer any further there, I will, before I go on, this can be settled for long periods. And this beer being a 12%, this beer is going to keep for a long time, 5, 10, 15, even 20 years, guys. So, big bottle here, 750 milliliter, definitely enough to share, which I intend to do. And I'm going to give you all a little heads up, guys. A lot of you follow me on Facebook and seen some of my posts and stuff, I'm in the process of getting a lot of work done to the house, a lot of renovations done, deck work done, painting and all this. And there's so much stuff in this house that it has to be removed, and for the painting and all this stuff to take place. So there may be some, I'm not going to say, but there may be some intermittent beer reviews, and maybe some days that the beer reviews are not posted because I have to pack up all this stuff. I've had a pod deliver on those storage containers out here, and the couches, and the glassware, and everything in the house, the beds, and dressers, and computers, and all that stuff are going to have to be moved for some of this work to be done. To make a long story short, I plan on, over the next 6 months, 8 months, year to 2 years, to get all this renovation done, put the house on the market, and move to Florida. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of times houses sell pretty quick. A lot of times they're on the market for a while. So we'll see what happens. But I just want to give y'all a heads up if you notice that there's not a beer review posted for a day or two, or maybe go for a week while some of the stuff is packed away in the pod outside. Just don't get alarmed. When I get everything back and get it back in the house, the beer reviews will resume. And even after I do the move, once all this is sold and we head to Florida, once I get down there and get set up, the beer reviews will continue. Just want to give you that heads up. So don't panic. I know a lot of you like to watch them every day, but there may be some intermittent beer reviews. Maybe days that I will not be able to post them. So let's get on with this one. This sounds like a tasty beer. I can't wait to get this into the glass and give it a taste. So I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. It says here IBUs are 23 on this beer. I did pick this up down at the Barrel Chest here locally. Nice hiss. Any of you guys that are local to the Roanoke Valley area can go by and see Martin and the guys out there. They got this in stock. Yeah. Nice aggressive pour on the back end. Usually generates a little nice head. And that's impressive for a 12% beer to me to have that kind of head. It really is. Good looking beer in the glass. About a finger and a half of head. Over to the light. It's got a nice rich ruby color. A little lighter in the thin part of the glass here. A lot of bubbles streaming up. It looks like it's fairly well carbonated. Not overly carbonated, just the right amount. And as far as Nebraska Brewing Company, doesn't ring any bells. I don't know if I've done anything from them. And nothing sticks in my mind, but of course after 1,800 beer reviews, and me being an old and senile, sometimes it slips my mind whether I've had something from one of these places. Just glad that I was able to pick it up locally. You didn't have to have somebody ship it to me or start inquiring about it after hearing somebody. But I haven't seen any reviews on this one, so I'll be straight up with you. There'll be whatever I think, because I've looked at both the websites, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate, and there are no scores, so it's all on me. Good looking beer, guys. It really is. A rich color. Nice ruby color on this one. Let's get a nose on it. Oh yeah. Your typical, very sweet smelling barley wine. Just a hint of some of that rum in there in the nose. Now, it may be a little more prevalent in the taste, but it's right out of the fridge around 40 degrees. So sometimes those aromas and flavors come out a little more once it comes up to room temperature. Topping caramel, maybe some dark fruit in there. Maybe some brown sugar or candied sugar. Got an awesome nose to it. I am getting a little more rum as I keep smelling it. I'm drooling on myself. It's time. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Definitely getting the rum influence in the taste. Just a hint of the booziness. That's delicious. caramel, toffee, dark fruit, candied sugar. Wow. The rum is there. Very nice touch to this beer. Wow, I am impressed. And I kind of figured I would be, guys. Unless these guys didn't have a clue what they were doing and just stuffed something into a rum barrel. I knew it was going to probably be pretty good. And I don't know how big Nebraska Brewing is. Not recalling doing anything from them previously. I may have. But when I seen this and seen it was a rum barrel aged barley wine, I said, ooh, that sounds good. And it is. It's pretty tasty. But let's let it warm up, come up to room temperature, and share some of this, and I'll come back and do the final chug and grade. I'm going to sip on this one very delicately here, probably about 35-45 minutes or so. Might even fire up a stogie, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably will. And we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on this about 45 minutes or so. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. Very nice rum flavors that's come out of this beer once it's warmed up to room temperature. Very tasty. Dark fruit, caramel, and toffee, like I said earlier. Some candied sugar, or maybe even some, I hate to say brown sugar, but it's got a nice sweetness to the back end, which most barley wines do. But this seems to come together very, very well. Very nice. Went over to the U.S. beer list, which has all the dating on these beers. And Nebraska is listed here, and it says, from the brewer, at this time we do not have bottle-on dates on our reserve series, as each has only one bottling per year. References the year on the label to tell them apart. We estimate each will be great for about 2 years. This beer's going to keep for much longer than 2 years. And I don't see any kind of dating on it other than this little sticker on the back of it here which says 05030. Maybe that's 2015 and the 30th day of the year, which would put it right at the end of January of 2015. I'm just guessing on that, guys, because I don't know. And it doesn't have a reserve listed on the front here. It says ale aged in rum barrels running with the devil, a variant of our fathead barley, which I read earlier from the commercial description. So for a bottle of this size, it ought to have a vintage on the label written here, and especially if they're only doing it once a year. So thumbs down on them for that, but thumbs up to them for doing such a great beer. It is a great beer. As far as I'm concerned, it is an A beer, guys, but I would like to see that vintage written on there. This is 2013, 2014, 2015 edition written on the label. Come on, guys. You're producing a 750 milliliter bottle here. And according to what it says here, you're only doing it once a year. So unless you're reusing these labels year after year after year after year after year after year after year, and put the frickin' date on the fucking label. I mean, come on. Give me a break. It's a great beer. It's going to keep for a long time, but put some vintage on there. This is a 2013 edition, 2015 edition. Come on. How hard is that to do? Unless you're a minuscule little brewery that can't afford to do that, I don't understand why you do not. I think it's an awesome beer, and you ought to step up to the frickin' plate and put that on the label somewhere. This is this vintage year. You might want to purchase several of these and do a vertical down the road. This is the 2013 edition. This is the 2015 edition. We're going to pour them side by side and see what the differences are. So come on. 2015, yeah, guys. It's time for y'all to grow some gonads and step up to the plate. So, final chug. I really did enjoy this. Very, very impressive beer. I am blown away by the impressiveness of the beer, but I am unimpressed by the information they're putting on the label. Final chug. Wow. the rum barrel influence is outstanding, guys. It really is. Slight booziness there. If you're expecting the booziness to be hidden completely, it is not. It is not. It is there. You do know that you're drinking a big beer. This is a sipper, not a chugger. The other half loved it just as well as I did. Very nice beer. And like I said, guys, earlier, I am a sucker for these barrel-aged beers, whether it's a stout or a porter or a barley wine or whatever it is. When they age these kind of beers in the whatever barrels, whether it's a rum or bourbon or whiskey or wine barrel, I mean, they're putting them in every kind of barrel imaginable now. And this is very tasty. It's very tasty. And as I told you earlier, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate both, neither one of them have any ratings. It says it requires more reviews for them to have a rating. So I have no score from Rate Beer and I have no score from Beer Advocate. There's not enough people that have reviewed this beer to give a rating. So I'm on my own on this one. I do think it's an A beer, guys. And if it had a vintage on the label, I would not hesitate to say this is probably a 10 beer. But it does not. And putting a little Walmart or Kroger sticker on the back saying 05, 030 doesn't do it for me, guys. It does not. You're producing a top-notch beer and you're putting it in a massive 750 milliliter bottle. Why can you not print the vintage 2015 reserve or 2013 reserve, 2014 reserve, or just the vintage? It'd be nice to have the month where you did this in either January or December of the year you did it in. Would be nice, but not to print anything on the label whatsoever, either on the front label or the back label for beer. And I'm trying to remember what I paid for this beer. It wasn't super pricey. It was less than $15 for a 750 milliliter, almost 12% rum barrel aged barley wine. For that kind of price, we need that information, guys. We really do. And you need to step up to the plate. So, it's a 10 beer and a 9 bottle as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to give it to 9 because it is very tasty. It is very tasty. I love these kind of beers that have been put in some kind of rum, whiskey, bourbon, wine, or whatever barrels you want to put it in. And it doesn't say how long it was in those barrels. 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. It doesn't say. I don't have that information, guys. So, very nice beer, though. 10 beer and a 9 bottle. That's where I'm going to leave it. If I was putting a numeric rating on this one, guys, it would probably be somewhere around a 95 or a 96. Maybe even a 97. It's pretty damn tasty. I'm really a sucker for these style of beers that's been aged in these liquor barrels. Whatever it is, whether it's whiskey, rum, wine, bourbon, whatever. Very nice, very well made. Even though there is a slight hint of the booziness, but not overpowering. No burning or anything like that in drinking the beer. So very well made. I did enjoy this one. And like I said, there is no ratings from either Beer Advocate or Rate Beer on this one. So I'm on my own on this one. 9 out of 10. Probably a 95 or a 96 is what I would give it. So if you've had this one from Nebraska Brewing Company, this is their Runnin with the Devil Rum Barrel Aged Barley Wine. Very tasty. I enjoyed this one. Very nice. Come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.